Let's take a little look at some tips and tricks for doing these application problems. Now, one thing that you do need to realize is that since this section is all right triangle trigonometry, your drawings are going to all have some sort of aspect of right triangles in them. And you're going to need to use your trig functions to solve them. So the hardest part about this is going to be getting your drawing drawn correctly. You're going to have things where you have, let's say, a ladder leaning against a wall. Well, think about that. Most walls are straight. So if you have a wall, you're going to draw a straight line. If you have a ladder leaning against it, with the ground, that ladder is going to form a triangle. If you have a guy wire, let's say you have a telephone pole, the guy wire is the wire hooked to the pole that attaches to the ground. So if I have a guy wire here and it attaches to the pole and to the ground, that's going to form a right triangle. So all these things are going to form right triangles for you. The hardest part's going to be getting the picture, like I said. You may have things like trees, and you may have someone standing on the ground looking up at the tree. Well, when you think about that person looking up at that tree, that angle, and then the ground with the tree would form a right triangle. So you just need to make sure that you get your pictures drawn correctly and then get them labeled correctly. Remember, once you get your picture drawn, the side across from the right angle is the hypotenuse. So all of these have hypotenuses. If you're using your 6 trig functions, pay attention to the angle that they're asking you about. If they say the angle with the ground, they're talking about the angle down here. If they say the angle at the top, they might be talking about this angle up here. So pay attention. If I'm talking about this angle and I say sine, then side opposite would be over here. If I'm talking about this angle and I say sine, sine opposite would be down here. So you need to make sure that you're paying attention to the locations as you do these things. So get your drawing, and then the rest of it will come after the drawing.